Attention business owners, are you ready to turn your purpose into powerful publicity? Tune into the Business Block, Purpose to Business with Stacey Thomas every Monday at 6:30 a.m. on Cool 101.2 Pop. We spotlight entrepreneurs, change makers, and passionate business owners just like you. When you advertise, you're not just on the radio. You're featured across social media too, amplifying your brand far beyond the airwaves. Call 804-214-6241 or visit IamStaceyThomas.com to book your spot. Cool 101.2, where your passion becomes your platform.
Hello, everyone. I'm Cyrus Webb.
And I'm Stacey Thomas.
And we want to invite you to the Power of Presence Summer Edition that's coming up on Friday, June the 26th, and Saturday, June the 27th. We're coming back to Petersburg, Virginia. We want you guys to be able to join us for not only some great classes, but also for a book fair that's going to be taking place on Saturday, June the 27th. And if you're an author that would like to be a part of it, we do have limited spots available. So make sure you guys contact Stacey to be able to reserve your spot. You can get your spot for the book fair for only $75. We have limited spots that will be there. I will be there signing my books. Stacey will have her books, and we want you guys to be a part of it as well. Again, the Power of Presence, the Summer Edition, coming up on Friday, June the 26th, and Saturday, June the 27th. We hope you all will join us there.
Hey, everybody. This is I Am Stacey Thomas, and you're watching a segment of the Business Block. What is the Business Block? Thank you for asking. It is a platform for business owners, entrepreneurs, and change makers in the community to come on, share their stories, talk about their business, their services, and their products. And tonight, I know you already know what I'm going to say. I am blessed to have another awesome guest on the show. It is Miss Rita Stewart, Executive Vice President of Legacy Financial Wellness, a Five Kings financial agency, coming on to let you know how to get your things in order. Hello, beautiful.
Hello, Stacey. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be with you this evening.
Sweetheart, thank you. It's me that's very thankful to have you on the show. You are someone, I met you in Richmond. Yes. You were out networking and speaking. And I said, wow, that's a sister with a lot of information, right? And then when I look at your title and it says a financial agency, forgive my ignorance, but there are other people like me that when we think of a financial agency, we think maybe, is she someone that gives loans? We don't know exactly everything that falls under it. So please tell us about yourself and what you do.
That is so good. That's a very perfect question too, because many people think just because it's anything about finances or money that I do it all. Like I don't do taxes, right? For businesses, things like that. So for me, it is Legacy Financial Wellness. That is my business. I'm the CEO, and it's under the business or under the, I say, brokerage of Five Rings Financial, and that's out of Littleton, Colorado. Now, I will say for me, I am partial, Stacey, to the women, because here's the thing. My goal is to come alongside women to help them understand your own personal financial power. So, Stacey, that we can all be positioned for our monies to last us the rest of our lives. So I'm all about helping individuals with financial dignity. Now, don't get me wrong. I do have male clients and I do support small business owners as well. But the goal for me in this work is to make sure your money will last you the rest of your life, to make sure that the monies that you have, you're able to keep it safe. So we only embark upon safe money solutions, and we want to ensure that you protect the monies that you have. That's what we do. Hi, Angela. Thank you.
Wow, that was a lot, but no, that was a lot. It was good, but what really caught my attention was, of course, when you say that you'll help everyone, but you have a you like to help women.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
And what is it about? Why women?
Oh, that's good. So I'll be honest with you. I spent 20 years as a banker, And I heeded my call to ministry, 12 years congregational ministry, 4 years as a hospice chaplain. And here I am back full circle as a financial consultant. And what I found, or what I have found with my work in the church, one, when people are struggling with their money, they can't hear us when we're trying to share the gospel with them. Two, we hear about abuse. A lot of calls that I used to receive was related around financial abuse with women. And that is how I gravitated towards women, to be honest with you. A lot of times women say, my partner can take care of it. My husband can take care of it. I don't have to be concerned about money. I don't know enough about money. There is shame around money. There's misunderstanding around money. So my heart has gravitated towards supporting women. And you know what? Men have women in their life. They want their mother's position well. They want their sister's position well. They want their daughter's position well. So women, that's where my heart is.
And if the woman's happy, everybody's happy.
Who you telling? And you know what else? It is projected that for all the monies that are out there in the marketplace, women are going to be more positioned to inherit that money as it relates to their husbands dying, because generally the male precedes the wife in death. Also, as it relates to inheritance from family members, things like that. But I want to talk about another part of that. The thing that we do as women, we're nurturers, right? We take care of everybody, Stacey. And as a result of us being nurturers, we raise the kids. We help take care of our extended family members. We help take care of our mothers and fathers in their latter days, right? So therefore, there tends to be a hiccup in our earnings capacity. And as a result of that hiccup in our earnings capacity, then that means that we have not been able to put the monies in place so that we can be set for later in life. Go. I see you're thinking. What you thinking, Stacey?
I'm just thinking, I'm going to go back to what you were doing before you got to this.
Yes,
and when
yes.
you said you were called into ministry, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's really, and I know you don't need me to say this, but I'm amazed at how everything you've done, and I try to tell people, leads up to what you're doing now.
Yes. Yes.
But what amazes me the most is how God has used everything you've done to bring you to this place right now.
Yes, he certainly has. And I'm going to tell you, it started as a little girl, actually. My grandmother would take me to the bank with her every single Friday. And as a young little one, peering up over that bank counter, it was mesmerizing to see this big old stately building. And as I grew older, Stacey, she would then send me to the bank for her every Friday. So when the time came for me to go to university, I told my mother, I wanted to help people. I wanted to be a social worker. And my mom said, Rita, the system isn't what you think. And I don't think your heart is too big for that. So I said, Lord, how am I to take care of myself? And the next most impressionable thing for me was how my granny used to take me to the bank. So I went to business school to be a banker. That's exactly what I did. That's exactly how. So from a little girl going to the bank on Fridays, it has come full circle. Full circle.
Wow.
And that's something. God is in the midst. He's in the midst. You know, when I'm doing my workshops, I say to the ladies, and sometimes I do co-ed workshops, I'll say, listen, I am a woman of faith. It's going to come out. So I'm just going to let you know that. And Stacey, people need individuals that they can trust when it comes to their monies. No condemnation, right? No, nothing to be said. I've had financial hiccups, even as a banker. My husband is a retired banker. So who am I to judge? So no judgment. But we just need to invite people to the table for the money conversation, period. Am I consulting, Stacey? No fee. I do not charge a fee to consult.
You don't charge a fee for consultation?
No.
So you're not concerned with those that may come just for that, but may not come back for more?
That's right. I am to teach. That is my work. So as I've learned all of these financial principles that I know, my role in all of this is to teach every single thing that God has allowed me to learn. And as a result of that, I am to share it with his people. That's what I'm to do. God takes care of me. All that is, everything I need is taken care of. My goal is to be a trusted listener, Stacey, for those who are concerned about their finances. And when they reach out to me on social media, because that's what they'll do, they'll get in my DMs and then I pull them off and I take them directly. You give them my number and say, call me. And we take it from there. And I listen. I listen to their concerns. I listen to their goals. And from there, I help them map a plan if they're open to it.
Wow. The workshops, are they in person, online?
That's good. So my workshops, I host a live workshop in person once a month, and then I do host virtual workshops. I come to your civic associations. I go to your churches. I did a 4-week workshop for one church's Wednesday night Bible study, all around money and stewardship and all of those things, how to get your finances ready for retirement. Um, wherever the need is, wherever the ask is, I will go. So virtual and or live. That's what I do.
Wow. Angela, exactly, because we as women, we have a lot to say and we know we got a real good ear. Yes, we will open up.
That is so true.
Is it easier to teach women about money?
I find that once they feel as if though they can trust you and that they feel like the circle we're in our workshops is a safe environment, then they're much more open to it. A lot of times women just seem to think, I don't know. Like I'll give you this story. There was a woman, she came in my DMs and she says, I see that my friend, Bobby has recommended you. Well, I trust her. So therefore I know nothing about this money thing, but I know I need to know more. She had just retired and her 401k was sitting there, right? Stock market, ebbs and flows. So she was concerned. She wanted to make sure that money was going to last her. So I pulled her off of Facebook. I went and met with her at a local library and taught her some money principles that I know. Like I'm going to give this example. So you know how we can earn a fixed rate at the bank, right? Less than 1% right now. And then you can earn money on your money through the stock market, right? You're taxed on that. But there's also another crediting strategy for your money. And it's referred to as an index account. So not the index fund that's in the bank, but an index account. And the way that works is tied to an index like the S&P 500. So when the market goes up, your earnings go up. Market goes up, your earnings go up. But if the market drops, your money locks and hold.
It doesn't go down.
It does not go down. You do not lose any of your deposits and you do not lose anything that you've earned. So she was all over that because what's her intention? I've now retired. This money needs to last me the rest of my life. I'm concerned about the ebbs and flows at this point in time in the stock market. So she gladly had the conversation. I taught her what I know. And you know what? She's good. I sleep well at night. She sleeps well at night because she's not going to lose a dime. She's going to have all the money she needs. Now, and it's not just for someone who's retired. You know how there's been a lot of people who've been rifted and laid off from their jobs, right? So they have those 401ks or whatever the case may be. So this young man comes to me. He's about 35 years old. He had lost his good government job, right? And he had about $300,000 in his TSP with the government. And his wife said, we need to talk to Miss Rita. And we talked. Let me tell you what's possible for that young man and his wife. He took that it was like $280,000. He put $80,000 aside so that he could have access to it if he needed it. Or told him only pull from it what he needs because he's going to be taxed on that money. And then he rolled the other into a personal pension. He's 35. So he has 30 years before 65. When he's ready to start taking from that money 35 years later at retirement, it's going to give him and his wife $65,000 a year.
Really?
Really. So people would say, like one lady said to me, Rita, I just want to make sure I have $1 million when I retire. I can look at their accounts right now. And because I run the numbers so much, I said, you have your $1 million. She said, I do. I said, yeah. If you let me run the projections and let me show you what's in, she had a 401k, she had two 401ks and an IRA from old jobs. I looked at those numbers. I said, you have your $1 million already. Because there's no loss in it. So I know, and we project conservatively. The other thing is these funds are kept with insurance conglomerates. We're sleeping on insurance. We're really sleeping on insurance solutions in our communities because not only Can you grow money like that tax deferred? There's also ways for you to protect the money that you have. And that side is through life insurance. You can also protect your money. So what's an example of that for
And
you?
you sell that too, don't you?
Yes, I do life insurance as well. You
Okay.
see, for me, it's all about looking at the person's entire picture in
Yes,
terms
ma'am.
of their financial well-being and not just, insuring their life. It's about ensuring that they have financial dignity in every area of their life, right? That's the goal. But with the insurances that I do, it's not just the death insurance. You know how you pass away and your beneficiary gets the money, right? We
Yes,
know
ma'am.
that. But what I offer is life insurance with living benefits. What does that mean? If you were to incur, Stacy, a critical, a chronic, or terminal illness, a lot of policies will say living benefits with terminal illness. You're slated to pass away based on a diagnosis within a year or two. Okay, that's fine. But this one has terminal and critical. So let's say you are diagnosed with heart attack, stroke, cancer, ALS, which you're very familiar with,
Critical.
certain severe burns, things like that. There are 18 different diagnostic triggers. That money could then be or how do I say,
Allocated.
be put it towards you directly while you are living and while you are managing through getting well and your healing process. Or let's say you can't perform two out of the six activities of daily living. I know you know what that's all about, right? You can't clothe yourself, you can't bathe yourself, you can't feed yourself. Then a portion of those funds can be given to you to support you. Because, Stacey, think about it. Some of us, I said earlier, are caretakers, right? As women, a lot of us.
Yes,
If
ma'am.
you're serving as a caretaker, that means, well, I'll speak for myself. My sister had been sick. My mother and mother-in-law were diagnosed with cancer 2 weeks apart, and I still had my 90-some-year-old grandmother. I was out of work for 9 years
Oh,
because I had caretaking. Well, that meant I wasn't making any money, and that meant there was a cost factor, right, in terms of being present for their care, etc. If you had those living benefits with diagnosis of cancer, you could have someone to come in to help care for you, to help keep your home up. Yes, it's
right.
it's powerful. It's just totally powerful. So three things that I do. I help make sure that you position yourself for your money to last you the rest of your life. That's one. Two, I help make sure you protect the money that you have through living benefits should you incur a critical, chronic, or terminal illness. Some people say to me, I'm already insured. Like I have enough money in the bank if something happens to me. Well, why would you want to spend down the money you've been saving over time if you get ill when you can pay a nominal fee for a life insurance policy with living benefits? So the third thing that I do is I offer people the opportunity to work with me. I work with a lot of CPAs, a lot of women who are retired or men who are retired. I work with a lot of young adults who see the big picture with them, and I teach them what I know, Stacy, so that they can have another revenue stream. We've got to help people. We've got to help our people. We've just got to share and give out of what we know, period.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, full of information. So you called out some big numbers, and I don't have a problem with
Mhm.
people that have big money.
Yeah.
But for individuals that are looking at this,
Mhm.
or someone tells them to
Yeah.
follow you,
Yeah.
and you have people that maybe they don't have
Yes.
a large retirement fund,
That's right. That's
and
right.
they're 40 or they're 50 years old. Is there still help for them, Miss Rita?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. It's never too soon and it's never too late. We like to come alongside middle Americans. Some financial consultants will say you have to have a minimum of 500,000. That's not the case with us. We meet you where you are. Sometimes, Stacey, people come to us and they haven't started saving at all. So we do with them what we call a financial funnel. We'll step back and look at what they have going out, what they have coming in, and where. Think about sometimes we have all these subscriptions, right? And we were like, oh my gosh, do I still need that? I come alongside people, Stacey, and they find $100, $200 because they've been paying out on stuff that they no longer need anymore. So I help them with their budget. Now, I don't, let me say this because sometimes people don't want that help. I will give them the tools they need and I will come alongside them and walk them through what's going in and out to help them find a way to start saving, You can start with as much as $100 a month. I help them find that $100 a month. But Stacey, if they don't do the homework that I give them, I move on because there's so many people that need help.
Yes.
Sometimes they will say they want it, but they're not ready yet. But if they come back, I will help them. But in the meantime, I'm not going to pull it out of you. I'm going to give you the instructions or make the recommendations. I'm going to hear you. I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to guide you. But if you don't do the work, there's nothing I can do, right? So we meet you where you are. So yes, even if you haven't started, we start with you.
Start with this. And just to remind people, we are speaking to Rita Stewart, listening to Rita Stewart, Executive Vice President of Legacy Wellness, a 5 King financial agency, and she does more than just tell you about money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All of my workshops, there are no charge. So let me clarify for you. So Rita Taylor Stewart with Legacy Financial Wellness. And so I'm the CEO. So that's my agency.
Okay.
And then 5 Rings Financial is my broker. Okay. And I am an executive vice president under their umbrella. So sort of like it's all under one. I align myself with a broker because it helps me to be able to stay on top of all of the regulations in the insurance industry, as opposed to me as a standalone individual trying to do it myself. So I love being aligned with a broker. It also helps with all of my marketing and things like that. In other words, the training. So when people come alongside me and say, I want to do this, or I want to learn more about X, Y, and Z, I have a whole conglomerate behind me.
Wow.
It's good.
God has had you in a few positions, right?
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself at in 5 years? Is there anything else that you think you need to add to this?
When I first started, interestingly, I was at the bank, but I've learned even more since I've separated from the bank and went through my journey in church, right? When I first heard these additional financial solutions, I said, many people don't know this, and I will teach this the rest of my days. So that's number one. Number two, I know that I have a few additional books to write. So I know that is to come. And he is beginning to show me bigger. Like my vision is beginning to expand. So I'm listening because I understand and know more about money and what's possible, not just for me and my family, but what's possible for the families that he allows me to come alongside. So I'm still listening for the vision, but right now I do know that I am to write more. I know that for sure.
And what books do you have?
Well, right now I have actually a children's devotional. It is Kiwi, a children's devotional. It's co-written by myself and my brother. And it's like short stories about helping children, live in a way that they understand how to be kind, how to interact with other people. So it's 21 short stories. And then I have another book that I co-authored with Charvette Mitchell. You may know her.
Hey, girl, hey.
Yeah. And that particular story, my particular chapter in her book was about my time of caretaking and how intense that was. That was very intense.
I love
that. I went to God and said, I'm tired, and how my prayer to God was and how he brought me out of, how do I say, the brokenness, the tiredness of it and the healing. And I got to tell you, God told me it's your turn now, and I'm living it, Stacey. Do you hear me?
I love that.
I am living it. So my title was It's Your Turn Now, because once, my granny went on to glory, my mother as well, my mother-in-law has gone on to glory, and my sister as well. So now I'm just taking care of God's people so they're not struggling with this money.
And the books are on Amazon?
Yes, both are on Amazon. Yes.
I'm going to ask this question. However, you've done more than enough to sell yourself. But if there was one thing you want to leave us with, as far as follow Rita Stewart, connect with Rita Stewart, what would you say?
There is no shame in whatever experience you have had in life. And I do find that many people have shame around, where they are financially. Yes, but God knows it all, period. God knows it all. The other thing I will say is there are 3 things that people fear. One is death. 2 is public speaking. And number 3, they fear running out of money.
Yes, ma'am.
Understand and know that I'm here to support you with that in any way that I can. But there is no shame. There is no condemnation in Christ Jesus. Your story is your story. And like you said earlier, God can use it all of it.
I thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I thank you for coming on this platform. The caretaking thing is something close to my heart. That's another conversation. And I thank you for caring enough for people that you're willing to share and not be like others, keep the good stuff to yourself.
No, that's right. Thank you. Thank you.
Let us know out loud, even though I have it on the screen for those who will be listening to the show, how do we follow you and connect with you?
Okay. So on Facebook, I'm at Legacy Financial Wellness with Rita Stewart. On Instagram, Money Matters in Tea. I love tea, Stacy. I love to have a cup of tea. I love to meet with individuals one-to-one over a cup of tea, and we can talk about money all you want. And then my website is Legacy Financial Wellness. I do have a personal website as well, ritastewart.com. And then with the personal website, you'll get to know a little bit more about me and who I am and how God has been leading me on the journey. So thank you. Thank you so much, Stacy.
And thank you for telling me why it says tea, because I was wondering.
Yeah.
I will be talking to you soon.
Okay.
And about more of what you've said. And you take care of yourself. And I do hope to have you on again, Miss Rita.
Thank you so much, Stacy. Good night, everyone.
Okay, there's the information on the screen. Okay, follow Rita Stewart. And you know Stacy's not going to tell you to follow someone just to be saying it. I have met her. I've spoken to her. She is an awesome woman. And the other thing is, remember something. Don't stress too much about yesterday. Don't worry too much about tomorrow, because if we do, we just might miss living today. Have a good one. And thank you for watching. And thank you to those who are listening. Hey, everybody. This is I Am Stacey Thomas. Look at my blessing. Look at my blessing. I am so thankful. And this is to remind me and to remind you that we must be thankful. A journal to remember what matters. Have you gotten your copy? Have you gotten your copy? I'll be back soon to tell you what I'm going to write in mine. But in the meantime, I am very thankful. The books have arrived and the books are $10. That does not include shipping, but please feel free to let me know by inboxing me or calling 804-214-6241 if you'd like your signed copy. Let's be thankful. I am Stacey Thomas.